Can I use an old appraisal in my ROV? It depends, but don't worry, I'll explain. After last week's AskNAN on low appraisals, someone dropped a great question. Can a borrower use information from an older appraisal report on the subject property in their reconsideration of value request? Here's the thing. There's a way to use it effectively, but there are some important boundaries to remember. First, don't send the full appraisal report to the new appraiser. Why? Because one appraiser isn't responsible for commenting on or reconciling their analysis against another appraiser's conclusions. To formally assess another appraiser's work, they need to complete an appraisal review, which is an entirely separate assignment with its own scope of work and development requirements. That said, the older appraisal can still be helpful when crafting an ROV request if used strategically. Here's how to do it right. First, use it to identify relevant market data. If the old report includes recent comparable sales, those sales might be great candidates for inclusion in an ROV request. Just make sure they weren't already considered in the new appraisal. Use it to double check factual data. If there's a discrepancy in square footage, site size, room count, or another physical feature, their prior report can serve as a source to identify possible errors, as long as you submit verifiable documentation like a sketch, a permit, or MLS listing. You can also use it to highlight overlooked features. Sometimes an older report lists upgrades or amenities that didn't make it into the new appraisal. This can include items like a renovated basement or a new roof or a second garage. If they're real and relevant, they should be documented and included in your ROV. But don't include the appraised value or suggest that one appraiser got it right and the other got it wrong. Appraisers must support their own conclusions with relevant and credible market data, not with someone else's opinion of value. This question came straight from the comments on a previous NAN post. So if you've got something on your mind, drop it below. You might just see your question featured next, because the answer to any good question always starts with "it depends."